Well, okay. Well, there's actually a really detailed article about.
To be clear, there's absolutely no detailed argument about how that can work. The only way that it does is to confound basically the gangs with the actual Venezuelan government, and to say because they have some members that are inside the government that account for
report about how the Venezuelan government, the Maduro regime, trained paratroopers to come into the United States, go to various states in the United States. Again, I don't really give a shit about that.
Oh, I thought you said you cared about policy and rule of law. I do.
Clearly you don't. Apparently you don't, because you don't think that 15,000 people coming into the country illegally on a daily basis is not a problem. And
I did think it was a problem. That's why I supported the bill.
Well, you just said, no, you
but I prefer to have legislation from Congress for immigration rather than just executive orders from the president.
It's not a crisis.
Do you think executive orders are better, or do you think legislation
from New Yorkers? Can we finish?
Like, what do you think?
Point, or you
no, because you just keep. It's like a quiz. I'm curious. Do you think that it would have been better to pass the bill or just to do things via executive action?
I think it's better to deter when
you don't have an answer to that.
Crisis.
Is it better to have comprehensive border legislation or an executive order that can be restated by the next president?
The crisis, you deter the crisis from happening. And once you don't have a crisis anymore, you can focus on reforming the immigration law.
So if after 4 years, if Trump doesn't have an immigration bill, do you think that would have been a failure of this administration?
I think that if they don't reform the asylum and close the loopholes when it comes down to asylum now that we don't have the crisis at the southern border, I think that'll be a failure by the administration. Absolutely. But it's a whole...
Yeah, then we'll wait and see what happens in 4 years when they don't have another border bill.
Well, we'll come back here in about 3.5 years.
Okay.
I just want to end this with asking you one more time. When 15,000 people are entering the country illegally on a daily basis, what is the primary issue? Is it once they're in the country or them actually coming to the border from all over the world?
The way you're phrasing your question, it sounds like you're alluding to the fact that there could be that issues that the country of Mexico faces due to destabilization on the border because of all the different presence of crime and people who are paying for passage, or is there any other quiz?
I'm asking you, what is the primary issue?
It depends on what interested party you're talking about. I don't
care about parties. I'm asking you. I'm not asking...
For me, it doesn't matter to me at all. It doesn't affect me personally.
Who am I debating?
Well, I'm
debating you about immigration, right? Yes. So I'm asking you, when
you're asking me what is the primary issue?
You said that there is a crisis.
You asked me what the primary issue was, and I asked you as per which interested party, because different parties have different prerogatives.
I don't care about parties. I'm asking you.
How can you be evaluated? You. Okay, from me.
Yeah,
I'm a rich person that lives in the United States, and I don't care. It doesn't affect me.
Why
what do you mean?
Care?
Because it doesn't have a personal negative impact on my existence. What do you mean?
Have any friends that died from fentanyl or something?
My family's from Cuba, so I'm a big fan of illegal immigration, I guess, when it comes to getting to this.
My parents are from USSR. I'm from Israel. I came into the country legally. What does that have? I can't stand illegal immigrants because they abuse
illegally. A lot of my family came here illegally.
Okay.
Well, I guess wet foot, dry foot maybe it was legal, but
I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps the show a lot with the algorithm. Thank you.
I don't know what are you trying to railroad me to, I guess?
I'm not trying to railroad. I'm trying to understand what do you believe in when it comes down to illegal immigration? Because you said you oppose.
What do I personally believe in? Well, I think that borders are important. I think that knowing everybody who's here is important. I think having illegal immigrants is just bad, obviously. Definitionally, they're illegal.
Yeah.
I think that trying to find a way to reduce the overall amount of illegal immigrants in the country, I think would be a beneficial thing. And I think reducing the amount of people that could get into the country illegally would also be a beneficial thing. I think on the back...
Trump supporter to me all of a sudden.
Well, but on the backside of that, one, Trump isn't doing anything really to alleviate any of the people here. He's wasting a ton of money on theatrics that are probably just going to make everybody hate immigration.
Give me some examples.
Like the horse march through MacArthur Park recently, I think was really bad. The invocation of the Alien Enemies Act was a joke. Shipping people to El Salvador is just been a giant L. All of the court fights where they're hiding information from judges.
Would you like this administration to actually deport the illegal immigrants that came in the country with no legitimate asylum case in the last 3.5 years?
I think that increasing the amount of judges available to adjudicate the asylum cases so we can work through the backlog quicker, I think would be good. So that you can find the legitimate cases and just ship them out as quickly as possible. I think a reformation of the asylum seeking process is essential. It's too easy to just sneak into the country, claim asylum, and then get a catch and release receipt and stay here for 3 years. I think that
you have this luxury when you have 15,000 people coming into the country illegally every single day.
Then pass legislation to change the way that you process people on the border.
I'll ask you the question again. Do you think that you can do exactly what you said while you have 15,000 people?
You can do both at the same time, yes.
You can do both at the same time. So how are you going to deter the illegal immigrants from coming up to the southern border from all over the world while also reforming the immigration law?
Well, part of the bill was literally capping the amount of people that were allowed to come in such that you could turn people away, even if they were claiming asylum.
Stop illegal immigrants from all over the world wanting to come up to the southern border.
Everybody's going to want to come here. What do you mean?
No, well, suddenly we don't have everybody wanting to come up to the southern border. We don't see these.
If there was a cap on the amount of people coming in, then it would stop people from wanting to come. They wouldn't get in on the same numbers. Yes.
They were, 5,000 people can come into the country every day illegally. After that, we cap it. You think that people from all over the world will suddenly stop to come?
Yeah, because the amount of people that would come in would be significantly decreased. Yes.
Oh, we'll see. I mean, mean, that's a hypothesis, but the reality of it is we can look at it objectively.
All right, guys, Sean Kelly here, host of the Digital Social Hour podcast. Just filmed 33 amazing episodes at Student Action Summit. Shout out to Code Health, sponsor of these episodes, but also I took them before filming each day. Felt amazing. Just filmed 20 episodes straight and I'm not even tired, honestly. So Code Health, amazing products. I also take these at home, especially when I traveled. I used to get sick every time I flew, and I started taking that. First time, I haven't had a runny nose, knock on wood. One standout element, I mean, it's so easy. You got the travel pack here, but you could just take this, fit it in your pocket if you need to. Also, all natural, like only saline solution in there. So you don't got to worry about any crazy side effects or anything. Yeah, Code's unique. With supplements, there's a lot of who knows what's in those ingredients. Code Health, I haven't seen much like this, where it's just based off the codes that are in the saline solution. So I would say they're very unique. It's going to be the future of health and medicine. Code Health has been awesome.
Feel the drop and go code yourself.
So we have a president that came in and enforced 8 U.S. Code 1325, which criminalizes illegal entry into the United States, does not allow the Asylum 1158 to be prioritized over that. And that deters migrants from wanting to come up to the border, because when they think about an administration that will actually enforce the rule of law, they're not going to be wanting to come up to the southern border. No,
there is no conflict between.
Why does zero tolerance policy deter migrants from completely wanting to enter the country?
There's no conflict between U.S. law and the asylum seeking process. The asylum seeking process was completely legal. That's why it needs to be reformed, because it was being abused.
Well, I agree with that. But
okay. So to say that we finally had a president who came in and enforced USC 1813, I don't know what the immigration one.
25 illegal entry into the United States. Why didn't the previous administration do that?
The previous administration was doing that, but you can't just kick people out who are claiming asylum, because that was the law on the books.
So you allow individuals to come into the country illegally, say that they're seeking asylum, detain them for 48 hours, and then put them on a plane to go where?
You don't know. Hold on. You just said assume. You don't know if they're coming in illegally. If they're running asylum, you have to adjudicate the case.
They're running into a Border Patrol agent after they didn't enter the country through a port of entry. What is that?
Well, if you claim asylum, it's part of the asylum seeking process.
I don't care about that. When they enter,
if you don't care about the law, then we're talking about different.
That's not what I'm asking you.
If you come into the country between a port of entry and you claim asylum, that's part of the process.
When they didn't enter the country through the port of entry, what kind of crossing is that?
Depends on what their intention was.
I don't care about their intention.
Well, the law literally calls intention out. The one that you were citing, so the intention is pretty important. Do you want my personal opinion, like moral opinion, or do you want the law?
I don't care what you provide me. I'm asking you.
How can you ask me two totally different questions? They're different questions. Do you care about the law, or do you care what my opinion is?
Both. I don't know.
I mean, my opinion would align with the law. If you come here like meaningfully and intentionally trying to seek asylum because you feel like you have a legitimate case, I think that's fine.
Do you think 10 million of them had a legitimate asylum case in
Absolutely
3 years?
Not.
Okay. So what are they doing? They're gaming the system, right?
Yes, of course. That's what I've said. Yes, for this entire conversation. Yeah.
Okay.
You need to figure out a way to make them stop gaming the system.
Okay.
If it was just a matter of enforcing the law, we wouldn't have needed an executive order from Trump to do it, right?
Again, I kind of want to just circle back to how were we able to deter so many illegal immigrants from coming into the country without actually doing any of that, without fixing the asylum process, without any policy, with no zero tolerance being implemented whatsoever.
If you want to do a crappy job, then you can half-ass it like Trump did by just being stricter on the border, but it's not addressing anywhere from 5 to 15 million. People give different numbers for how many are here right now on the asylum seeking process.
You care about the secondary issue because no longer is a Democrat administration. You wouldn't be doing that if it was the previous administration.
I would be. That's why I supported Biden when he wanted to pass the bill that would have addressed both issues.
Did you care about in 2022? Where we were at like Khait?
It was hard to say after 2022 what exactly.
What about 2023, early 2023? Because that bill didn't get introduced till early 2024.
Sure, there were a lot of other things going on. Inflation was our huge issue that we were fighting against at that point.
Yeah, but we still had a crisis at the southern border.
So
we had 15,000 people coming in every single day.
What's the crisis? How is that affecting us? And where do we see that?
Sure. I want you to go to New York City, Chicago,
I want
Denver.
you to tell me where I've been to New York City and Chicago in the past 3 months.
If you finish letting me, I promise, right? You just handle yourself a little bit and we can get through it. If you go to New York City and you talk to non-traditional Republicans who are definitely not some pro-Trumpers or cultists or whatever the case is, they go to city council meetings and lay it to the city council members, the mayors, whatever it is. Why?
Because it's what they've been told on conservative news. So tell me what's happening.
Non-traditional Republican cultists are being brainwashed by what? Fox News?
By whatever AI videos that they see, by people like Charlie Kirk or whatever AI videos they see on Instagram or TikTok. So the reason why you can't answer this question is because it's not really the crisis that everybody says it was.
It's propaganda when New York City has to take $6 billion out of their budget, taxpayer budget, and allocate it towards illegal immigration, whether it's housing or whatever the program may be. This is why you guys lose elections. This is why you lost the previous election. You lost every single battleground state because you do this thing. You say that illegal immigration is not a problem.
Wherever you guys are watching this show, I would truly appreciate it if you follow or subscribe. It helps a lot with the algorithm. It helps us get bigger and better guests, and it helps us grow the team. Truly means a lot. Thank you guys for supporting, and here's the episode.